Hello, I'm Bingqing Guo from University of Alberta, currently a fourth-year mechanical engineering student. My talk today is on reviewing the current mechanical design in agriculture and Effector, mainly about how they control and harvest the fruit. So here's my general content for my presentation, and I will introduce some examples and their advantages and disadvantages for each method. So let's start the introduction for the process of agriculture. This is a new trend in many countries because nowadays we are facing lots of problems such as aging society and extreme weather. All those things leaves us a weaker agriculture capacity. Therefore, by monitoring parameters like the real-time humidity and nutrition in the soil, precise agriculture can increase crop production and efficiency. High technologies are used a lot in this process, from satellite to sensors, and the robot plays a critical role in increasing the efficiency. For instance, the conifer corn collector can collect 500 kilograms of large coins in 6 hours, which is 30 to 35 times more than that done by a human. A greenhouse working environment is ideal for robots because fruits growing there have more precise location and less block from the stem and leaves. So the overall complexity decreases a lot compared to the outside environment showed in the left pages, which is a kind of difficult for a robot to process. So here is the general harvesting procedure for a robot. First, the visual recognition will locate the target fruit, and then the robotic arm will deliver the end effector to approach it. By using some kind of controlling method, the end effector will then harvest the crop, namely separating the stem from the fruit body. Finally, the target fruit will be collected in a bucket or other places. Well, in my presentation, we will focus on step 3 and 4. So let's start with the controlling. It has general two methods, grab method and suction method. And in grab method, it can be further categorized by material used and the number of fingers on the end effector. For the hard grab method, it applies a material with high strength to the finger, so that the shapes of the fingers can stay almost constant when experiencing high grabbing force. Therefore, they are widely used in carrying heavy fruits such as watermelons, as shown in the picture. However, the hard grab method can cause damage to the fruit. To solve this problem, a rubber ring can be put on the fingers to avoid excess force. For example, this is the one for the apple harvester. It has a rubber and sponge layer marked as A and 9. So like in this case, the rubber can also increase the friction between the fingers and the fruit. This is a soft grab method. It uses fingers that can change shapes and pick the fruit softly. Such a method is polyfunctional. That is, a single design can be used to pick fruit of similar size. For example, this one. I have this one shown on the picture for the apple, but I can also use it to collect oranges and lemons. It can change the shape of the fingers passively according to the fruit body. More importantly, this method harvests irregular shaped fruits such as dragon fruit and sweet pepper. This one can change the shape actively to grab the sweet pepper. It will first approach the targeted fruit and then use the fingers to hold it firmly. Well, another categorization method is by the number of the fingers. Double type is easy and cheap, but has a lower stability when catching the fruit than the multiple finger ones. This one is a double finger type for harvesting the strawberry. It used a thermal cutter to cut the stem while using the two fingers to catch the rest of stem linking to a strawberry. And this one is a multi-finger type. It is used to harvest the apples. The three fingers can hold the apples firmly, and they are driven by the pneumatic actuators. And the second main control method is by suction. It uses a vacuum nozzle to get the fruit. It is easy, and the suction helps to increase the stability because the air pressure will force the fruit body to be fixed on the nozzle. However, the nozzle can be blocked by the leaves and the stem of the fruit plant. Also, catching one fruit is very time consuming compared to other methods. Well, for the harvesting method, cutting and twisting are the most general types. Cutting is very popular for low difficulties and cheap price. But when cutting the stem, the virus can be spread among the plant, and therefore a better way to do that is a thermal cutting. The example shown here is using the electric nose to cut the stem from the sweet pepper. By applying this method, the wound of the stem can be sealed, and thus leaving more water inside of the plant and the fruit. Twisting method, however, also have the advantages of keeping virus away. This one shown here, the tomato harvested. It will rotate the end effector until the fruit is separated from the stem. In general, robot is very important nowadays to increase the crop efficiency and production. Different methods will have different advantages, and therefore, by combining with the physical properties of the target fruit, we can design the most proper and effective. Here's my reference. And thanks for listening for my presentation.